With the prevailing drought conditions, the reconstruction of reservoirs, waterways and anekettes is a common sight in most agrarian areas. Padawawa in Panduasnuwara is an example of this. 2 months after the path was cleared for the reconstruction of Padawawa, tragedy struck the tall kumbuk trees that lined the lake shore. An organized group set fire to the roots of these trees in order to fell them and sell them for their wood.
වැවට ගිනි තියලා තිබ්බ වෙලේ මම ග්‍රාම නිලධාරීතුමීට දුරකථනයෙන් දැනුම් දුන්නා මේ වැවේ ගස් පෙරලලා තියෙනවා කියලා. ඉතින් අපිට මේ කුඹුක් දර කෑල්ලක්වත් කපා ගන්න එපා කියලා අපිට ග්‍රාම නිලධාරීතුමිය දැනුම් දීලා තිබුණා.
According to the standard procedure followed with regard to timber on state lands, if the divisional secretary has timber felled in lands under his jurisdiction for some purpose, then the State Timber Corporation must be informed of this. Whilst this has not happened with regard to these kumbuk trees, area residents allege that the trees were trucked off during the night. I will definitely look into this and file a complaint with the police. If we can find out who was responsible for this, if we find out who they are, then we will take legal action. Even if we can identify them, we will hand this over to the police. But the police have not reported this to me as yet. The divisional secretary got to know of this incident only when we made inquiries from him regarding the timber. Through this conversation, which materialized between the divisional secretary and the Grama Niladhari, some understanding can be obtained of the forces that the area residents speak of with regard to this timber racket. Shouldn't urgent measures be taken regarding this timber racket which is being carried out in the guise of renovating a tank? Director General of Irrigation, this one is over to you.
In business news tonight, credit limits imposed on stockbroking firms at the Colombo Stock Exchange have been eased with effect from today. The credit restrictions were imposed by the market watchdog, the Securities and Exchange Commission last year in an effort to halt alleged market manipulation.
The 306th meeting of the Securities and Exchange Commission was held last evening. At this meeting, the Commission decided inter alia on the following to be effective from today. First, it was decided to amend the net capital computation, relaxing the credit limits stockbroking companies imposed on their clients. This allows stockbrokers to extend credit to their clients 3 times the adjusted net capital without having to deduct outstanding debtors from net capital. However, the SEC notes that stockbrokers are required to compute the net capital, adjusting all unsettled purchase transactions to reflect the excess of cost over market value. The market regulator has also decided to lift the upper limit of 20% imposed on the price of transactions carried out on the crossings board of the CSE and to re-establish the status quo that existed previously in the automated trading rules. Finally, the SEC also decided at its meeting last evening to lift the restriction imposed on executive directors, employees, their spouses and their nominees of all licensed stockbrokers and stock dealers from selling listed shares purchased from the secondary market for a period of 6 months from the date of purchase.
The Magasthota Estate Road in Nuwara, which was carpeted with financial assistance provided by General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian Jayashree Ranga, was declared open today.
General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian Jayashree Ranga, was extended a warm welcome when he arrived at the Magasthota Estate in Nuwara last evening. After declaring open the newly carpeted road, General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Jayashree Ranga, addressed the gathering. Parliamentarians from the Nuwara district obtained ministerial portfolios by joining whatever party that came into power after independence. But why have they failed to look into the development of the Magasthota Estate Road? Did they do it or did we do it? We should change this situation.
Sri Lanka Cricket states that a domestic investigation has not been launched into the incident where local umpires are alleged to have expressed willingness to fix matches. When Sports first made inquiries, Sri Lanka Cricket stated that investigations will be carried out only if it is officially notified by the International Cricket Council. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Cricket Umpires Committee stated that it had identified Sri Lankan umpires in the footage telecast on an Indian television channel of umpires expressing willingness to fix matches.
An Indian television channel reported yesterday that 6 umpires from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka expressed willingness to fix matches. It stated that the umpires had expressed willingness to provide pitch reports, weather reports and team information for money. Reuters reported that the footage screened on the Indian television channel appeared to show umpires negotiating deals with undercover reporters to spot fix matches. Meanwhile, BBC states that the Indian channel has alleged that the 6 umpires were willing to even fix World 2020 matches. However, the ICC confirmed that none of the umpires named were involved in any of the official games of the ICC World 2020 in Sri Lanka. When Sports first made inquiries from the Pakistan Cricket Board, the PCB stated that it cannot comment on the matter until information has been gathered. Furthermore, when we made inquiries from Sri Lanka Cricket, it stated that since the ICC has commenced investigations into the matter, the SLC has not found a need to carry out a domestic investigation. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Sri Lanka Cricket Umpires Committee, A.R. Aru, stated that a special meeting had been convened to analyse the footage aired on the Indian television channel.
We looked at the Skype discussion between the 3 umpires and a group of Indians. There was proof that 2 of them spoke about money. We have not taken a decision regarding this. We will wait until tomorrow for the ICC to notify us. I believe that within the next 24 hours, we will be informed about the process that should be followed. We have discussed about this at length. We have not taken any decision and we are awaiting the decision of the International Cricket Council.
Allegations emerged that the Indian franchise owner of the Overnext team in the SLPL planned to throw matches. An audio tape allegedly containing proof of this submitted to the ICC. Gurpreet Singh Margo identified himself as a director of the Overnext franchise owner. The audio tape submitted to ICC officials. Sri Lanka Cricket. The anti-corruption unit of SLC begins investigating the allegations of throwing matches. 37 days since the announcement that investigations have commenced, what progress has been made?
Well, Sri Lankan 2020 champions Overnext faced a 5-wicket defeat against English team Yorkshire in the opening match of the qualifying round at the Champions League T20 at the New Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa.
Invited to bat first, Overnext openers started strong with openers Dilshan Munawira and Bhanuka Rajapaksa putting on 42 runs.
That's been hoiked away.
Munawira made 22 runs of 19 balls while Rajapaksa contributed 24 of 21. Shivnarine Chandapal scored 27 while Overnext skipper Tilna Kandambi made an unbeaten 29 of 22 balls. In the end, the Sri Lankan champions posted 150 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in their 20 overs. Stephen Patterson and Moin Ashraf bagged 2 wickets each for Yorkshire.
Handed Australian. Oh, bowled.
Chasing 151, Yorkshire had a poor start, losing opener Andrew Gale for 13 runs. Phil Jack, who made an impressive 32 of 21 balls, was dismissed next by Dilshan Munawira.
That's gone straight in.
After the dismissal of Dan Hodgson for 18 runs, Adil Rashid, together with David Miller, who returned to the crease after retiring hurt midway through the innings, took Yorkshire past their target in 19.3 overs.
He's gone again, and this time he's got it all.
Rashid made 36 while Miller scored 39. Dilshan Munawira bagged 3 wickets for 32 runs for Overnext.
Yorkshire win the bit of the 150 they had to get.
And that's your news for this Tuesday night. Don't forget, if you missed out on any of the stories we just aired, you can log on to our award-winning website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Sonali Wanigabadage.
And I'm Shane Silva. Good night.